Oh my God, I think I'm here. Hip hip hooray, my live stream is on today. Hey everybody, welcome to my live stream. I think, is this the first one here? I think it's the first one where I've used StreamYard. StreamYard is a pretty neat program, What I'm going to do is draw some pictures and things today, and I'm going to play. And if somebody wants to watch me play, fine. I hope you enjoy yourself. And I understand, though, when I go to full screen and on my Krita, that I won't have voice anymore. I think it disappears. I think I've got to do a half to keep that. So I'm going to do a half for the time being, and see if anybody really wants to join in and see what's going on here. I've got what is it? Botissimo is supposed to be my moderator, and we'll find out how that works. I've got no moderator, so the Botissimo is on autopilot. He'll take care of all that stuff for me. And I'm not going to be able to draw. Hey, good morning. Good morning. How are you today? I wish I could say your name, but I can't. I don't know how to pronounce that, but good morning to you. I'm going to do a little bit of Krita today. I think I'm going to clip on this just so people can see what I'm really up to, what I'm going to be doing here. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to draw. I think when I go to draw, I'm going to lose my... no, I'm not going to lose my voice on here. I'm going to open a couple images up. And, okay, there you go. Botissimo came in. Good, he came through. Hey, I'm fine. I wish I could say I know everybody's channel when it pops up, but I don't. I would actually have to go and open that up. And if I do that with my speed here, that will be a big problem. That would smoke me right down. But I'm going to open this screen here. See, how do I do this? I'm going to lose my voice. I'm sure that. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have to lose my voice. I can still do this. I can share a screen with the application window. My transparent back here. This is where I'm going to open a couple windows, a couple of screens. I'm going to open this one, and I'm going to open this one. I thought it might be neat to take this little guy here, and he's got the drawing pad down below, and we'll take her and put her in the drawing pad. And we'll give him some kind of a neat little background. So I'm going to highlight both of these and tell them to open with my Krita. Now I may have to open them separately because every time I do this, it works differently. Okay, there's one. And there's the other. Okay, I got them both. Okay, they're both on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this image. I'm going to take here and I'm going to copy her. I'm taking select all, copy, go to here, and I'm going to paste this as another image. And there she is on top. Now I've got to shrink her down and put her in that picture. But I've got to move the layer down one notch down below. And we've got to clear this area out in here so I can put the picture there. So what I'll do is go up here to my little cut tool. And that tool allows me to cut on. I'm not going to do cut. I think I'm going to clean this up and just select it all. Let me see if I get this and I draw. And I've got to cover that in because if I select it now, I'll show you by selecting. If I select it, it selects all over the place. I want to just select inside of that area. So let me deselect it and draw inside of this. And that will close that area in. I've still got his fingers in there. I got to close his fingers off. I don't want, when I select in here, I don't want to bleed through the whole drawing. So let me select this now. And I've got it, just the inside, and I can delete that, and it shows the image underneath. Okay, let's deselect. I want to turn this off so I can see it. And I'll do a pure white background so I can see it. There's a pure white, or it's a transparent, but I'll move it down. And right there, I will paint it white. So there's my white layer behind. That's in between. And that's my top layer. Now, if you've noticed, I've already taken that out. I'm going to go to this layer again, and I'm going to select the rest of what's inside of there and get rid of it. And I'll use my little select tool here. I want to get this black out of there. Around his fingers. Oop, I missed that corner, but that's okay. I'll go back. And I'll delete it. And let's turn her off so we can see that it's clean for sure. Okay, now I can select the inside of this and delete it. And there she is. Now we're going to select none, deselect it, go to this layer, and I'm going to select that layer and turn it and fit it inside of that drawing. So there it's selected. Here I'm going to shrink it down. I'll rotate it. We'll slide it inside of his drawing there. And see what that looks like. I've got that little white corner, but I think I can fake that out. Or do I even need to fake it out? No, I don't. Okay, let's look at it, see what we've got here. There she is inside, but I've still got to do some adjusting on her. That's good. That just looks like it should fit inside the whole thing. Now, of course, I'm going to cut her hair off up there and everything, but I don't care. This is a demo. This is to show what can be done here and how neat it is. Now, it sticks out down below here, so let's get rid of that. Select it and delete it. And if anybody's talking to me, I can't see you until I change screens. So I'm not rude to ignore. I just have no choice. The way my computer's set up, and I'm not using my phone with this. I suppose I could use my phone, but now we go to the top image. So see, there she is. There's the bottom white. Let's go to that top image again, just the top, and let's clean him up a little bit. And we'll get this out of here. We'll get that out, and there we go. I'll go over here. Delete that. Delete that little bit on the shirt. Delete that. We've got a bottom layer in there. Look at the bottom layer. Let's select that. We'll select that spot right there. And we'll delete it. And let's pretend there's another image underneath it. So what we'll do is take this and duplicate it. We'll take that image right there. Go select, deselect. And I want to slide it. We'll just slide it so it shows a little bit of an image underneath that other paper. Now we go back to it. And there you see underneath is part of it. I don't want that to be so continued though. Oh, it won't be. It won't be. Okay. So we go back to the top layer. Select that underlying page. invert the selection. Select, invert. Let's shrink it by 1. And we're going to delete that in here. So if you look here, now if we click at it, select, deselect, you see there's a drawing underneath. And we don't want that to really compete with the image on top. So let's change the opacity a little bit so it's lighter there. And we go to this picture on top. We'll go back here. We selected that whole image. Invert it. I want to shrink it. I want the line to be underneath the black line. That's why I'm shrinking this. So I'm going to shrink the selection by 1, and I'm going to delete it from here. I want to get rid of all that area out there so it doesn't overlap and bleed on anything. So there it is. It's gone. So now if I turn all these layers back on, here's what I have. Deselect. Now let's see if I can get back to my, how do I get back to people again? StreamYard. Okay, here I am. I'm back. Hey, hello everybody. Look at everybody popped in while I was gone. I can't monitor this while you guys are, while I'm drawing. So I hope everybody understands. I'm positive that I'll lose my voice, that I lose my voice when I go over there. Not that I have to talk. I'm not that charming to listen to. But we're going to play. I'm going to play with a few things. I'm going to do some animation in here. I'm going to play with this drawing. And I hope you guys have fun watching here. I'm going to say hello to everybody. And I'm learning this. I mean, I got a lot to learn here. So this is the first time I've really done this with the of trying to broadcast a stream. I've got some people in here though. That's pretty neat. There are people watching me. Hey, that's neat. Okay, I'm going to go back to my drawing though. So if I go back here, where am I at? Well, this is working out. This is, all I'm doing is showing you guys. Oh my God, am I right? Is that all I was doing? Was showing you my screen? Everything I did off screen. Oh my God. Everybody's been looking at my directory, and I've been over here drawing. Okay. Now, how humorous. How humorous. So I'm going to have to, I think, I should back up a bit. Out of that directory, I took those 2 images. And let me see if I back up. Can I back up and not make a terrible mess here? No, I'll be making a terrible mess. But that's life. Okay. Isn't that something what I just did? Oh my God. There's my bottom image right there. You see, there's one image. There's the other image. So if I go to my top image and I select the area inside of that blackboard or inside of his drawing pad, we're going to select that. And what's really going to be something is if I find out I already did this and I didn't realize everybody was looking at it. Oh my God. So I should explain this because I'm selecting, and I'm not selecting the way I really probably should, because I have my tools down here. And one of my tool options is to be fuzzy or be exact. And I've got it on fuzzy. And I probably should be exact. But I can take that and invert it. Select and invert. The inversion, I'm going to select and shrink it by 1. And on this layer right here, I'm going to delete that. So now we see this guy here, and he's got the girl picture on his tablet. I can't believe I had my wrong window on. Oh, well. The lack of perfection overwhelmed me at times. Okay, now we'll deselect that. We see this guy's got the girl's picture in front of him. And you saw from the thumbnail on the other that it had to be only this little guy here. Now let's see if we got that background right in there. Let's see if I can take that background and select it. I wonder if everybody's listening. What is he talking about? The only thing he's doing, we can't see beans. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to delete that. So this layer here is actually gone. If I go down here, I can show that. If I go to this layer and say deselect, let's paint that background not white. Let's do a different color. We'll do it in a little beige looking color. So there's the background now. Since that's the background, let's get rid of all this white in the front image. We'll get rid of all that. So this tool right here selects everything. It selects all my white in that layer. And if we take that, say I don't like it because of the speckles in there. Let's shrink that. Let's take that selection and shrink it by 2. See, that got rid of all those weird little speckles in there. So now we delete it and deselect. We got that white edge on there. And I can get rid of that by selecting the whole image here. Select this whole image, invert it, and delete it. And there, that little faint white edge is gone now. Except for the one that's in here. I didn't get that part. It's a little bit in there. Deselect. So we've got him looking at her now. We've got a sheet underneath. Let's take that image right there and we'll duplicate it. And let's slide it over here in that top layer so that there's a piece of that image inside of there. There, we got a piece of her earring in there. Now we'll select. We'll go to the top layer. We select the part that we want to keep. We want to keep that area, that the bottom sheet. There's one paper laying on top of the other. We'll take that, we'll invert it, invert the selection. So we're taking everything outside of it. And I'll show it here what I'm doing. There's the image. I'm selecting everything outside. Let me take that selection and shrink it by 1. And we delete it. So now when I put that image back in, there you see the image underneath. There's the background, deselect, and there's the image in the picture. We don't want the image underneath to compete, so I'll take the opacity on a little bit on it. So there it is. So basically, here you are with this guy. Now we can take him and say, well, I don't want him to be like that. I want to put a little bit of color to him. Let's put a blank layer in. And remember, see, there he is. This is the background layer. This is the blank layer. So I can color in here. I can come up to here and say, well, let me color his face a little bit different. And I'm going to color on this blank layer underneath, and it will show through. And I probably actually could just select that whole area in there And then that way I wouldn't go outside of the line. I probably should show that just so you see it. Okay, here we go. If I take this and I select that area, you see the face in there, then I can just paint everything and I'll be okay over here. We'll take that selected area and we'll grow it by 1. We don't want that one little blurry layer of grow it by 1. Where the 2 meet, we don't want that blurry. So now I can go down here and paint everything with my paintbrush. Oh, there we go. It doesn't matter. I'll stay inside the lines no matter what then. Now let's go to him. Let's select none again. Oh, I've got this select none. I put it up here. I'm going to show something with my tools. I can actually configure my toolbar. And I told it I wanted the select none to be one of the tools over here. When you configure your toolbar, you can pick out the tools that you actually want showing in this top row right here. And that keeps you from having to use a hotkey or come up here to select from the top menu. But see, I put the deselect, so now when I select an area, I can go like this and select an area and just go deselect and it's gone. Okay, let's go over here. I don't like that little bit by the collar. I can put down Control and Space. And look at this. I can zoom in. Control, Space lets you zoom. And see, I did still get a little bit in there. I did still get a little bit. But there's a neat thing. I'll show this. And let's select this again. Select that face area. We'll select it and we'll grow it. Let's grow it by 2. Now we see we're deep underneath that black layer. We're deep underneath that black layer. And it shows that color that I used. It's already chosen up here, but it shows the colors over here that's in your drawing, at least your last, your last 9 colors or 8 colors. So I can go back over here again and let's really paint this and get that so it looks a little bit better. Get that white line out of there. Nobody would ever see that, but I do. That's what's important. Okay, so now we got it right to the edge. Now we'll deselect. You could go up here and go select, deselect, or you can hit that button there that I had. We're going to deselect it, and I got my paintbrush. I'm going to go up here and click. There's the paintbrush. If I click that, it's now an eraser. So I'm going to this top layer here, and I'm going to erase that little bit of purple in there. Look, Control Z, get back. Okay, Jack, let's do it like this. There, I selected it. Now I can erase it. And now I can deselect it. And I want to take that area and go underneath there. And we'll paint it that's a nice color, I guess. That's good. We'll paint it that color. So that'll give him a collar. And now I see that that white blur line is not actually the selection, is the black. The black has it in. So let me select this again. I'll go in here and select it. Select it. Oh no, not that. And make that selection grow by 1. Then I go underneath it. I go on top of it here then, and I can paint it. And it'll give me a nice clean line. And again, you push down Control and Space and you can shrink it. And we've got his drawing back in. Let's go down to the bottom layer and play with it a little bit. We'll play with another paintbrush in there. I put a layer up on top, a blank layer on top, and pick some brushes out. There's a brush. We'll do a brown. Just to do something with that background so it's not that pure white. Go to a top layer, make a top layer. There's a blank top layer. You take a top layer and make a selection on the top layer. There we go. You select that top layer. And we select the top layer. And let's paint it, we'll paint it that solid brown. Now shrink it. Let's shrink it by 12. And delete. I'll shrink it by another 12. Select, shrink by 12 again. And we'll paint it. Then we'll select it and shrink it again by 12. And we clear it. Now we have got a little border on the thing on the top of it. Deselect. Now that border, I do wish that border had a little more of a contrast to it. So let's go up here to Filter and say, let's adjust the, what can we adjust it? Let's adjust the colors. No, I don't want to do that. Artistic, we have to halftone it. No, let's adjust the hue and saturation. Okay. We'll change the hue a little bit. There it is. Now it looks better. Something a little bit contrast to it. Okay. And we'll go back to this guy again. Oh, what can we do here? I just want people to see the different things that can be done. So let's take that and we'll duplicate that layer. No, I didn't duplicate. That wasn't a duplicate. There's the duplicate. I'm going to pick the bottom layer and I'm going to select everything in the background. Then I'm going to invert it. The reason I invert is I want to get that pure edge right in there with nothing in the way. And we're going to take that now and we're going to paint it black. I should use my black brush. Okay. And here's where you adjust the size of the brush. Now I'm using the tablet, so it's pressure sensitive, but I don't have to push it on real hard to cover that area. And if I close that off, you can see what I'm doing. I shut my top layer off. You see what I'm doing here. Okay, here's my bottom layer. And I could have just painted that too, but I wanted to show how you select areas and paint them in. Okay, now we select none, deselect. We turn the back layer on, and let's take that top one and move it. So now we're going to select it and move it down a little bit. And now we see what we got. We've got it at the shadow. I did not want to get that up there though. So I've got to select that top part here and get rid of it. Oh, when I painted it, I went outside of the edges. Okay. Okay, so now we deselect it. And the bottom layer, there's the bottom layer. See, I just offset it. Now I can actually take it if I want to and go to filter. Let's blur that a little bit. Let's give it a Gaussian blur. And there it is, blurred. And now I think I'm going to go back and see if there's anybody actually looking at what I'm doing here. I probably got to go back and see if I've really got it working. Yes, I've got it on there working. Oh my God. Good. That's nice. Is anybody still here? I don't know if I don't see where it even shows how many people are here. If anybody even is. Is there any human beings here? I see a Spanish speaker. Yo hablo poquito español, no mucho, pero yo hablo español. Oh, I've only got one person watching. Oh, well. I think I might have bored him out with that last thing I was doing there. Now, why am I so small? And the other, well, Ann Korea, hello, how are you? I'm learning. I'm in a learning phase here. Oh my God. But how come my drawing is so large? Do I want this? Oh my God, no wonder. Jesus. Here I am drawing up a storm and nobody can see it because I've got that little tiny thing and I got my big head in there. Huh. Hey, Ann, I'm very glad to see you here. I'm trying to draw a little bit. I'm trying to play on here, and I'm not sure how it's going to tell the truth. I probably ought to get my tablet and see if there's another human being really looking. This thing doesn't show me. It shows me nobody's there, that I'm here talking to myself. I guess that's the way it goes. Oh, yeah, I realized what I was doing. I had a little tiny screen there. But I don't know if anybody's looking. No, what I'm, yeah, pretty lost. No, I don't use Adobe. Everything I use is an open source program. And this is Krita. It costs no money. It's a free program. But there's a lot of things similar to Adobe in it. Can I open another YouTube tab? I think so, yeah. I don't know where it's going to go if I do that. Oh, if I open another tab, it'll show on my screen if I pick this screen to show. Right now I'm using my camera. Yes, I can open another tab or I can open my draw program. I can't believe when I started up, I ran this thing. And is there any? I started this thing up and there was I let it set on a directory because I thought I was drawing and everybody was looking, but nobody could see. Oh my God, that's terrible. Oh well. So I'm going to play with my drawing a little bit here. If I can see how to switch back to my window. Oh my God. Here, I think I can. Okay. So we've got this little guy here, and let's see, I could color his arms too. We can take these top two and merge them together. Merge with the layer below. And we've got this little guy we can take underneath him. Let's pick that arm out. Pick the arm out here. Pick the arm area out. And we'll take that in that selection and we'll grow it by one. Let's paint it on top. This time I'll get the color right for it. Let's see what this. We'll do a light gray in there. And I got to do the background of that here. I'm doing something, but I'm not sure what yet. Oh, I've got my. Okay. Slide this guy around. There he is up on top. Let me select some of these areas in here. We'll select that. I have to select here. Select deselect. If I go underneath, I should be able to paint. It's got that little white itch, but I don't care. I'll call that a part of it. The accent to make it look like hair. All I have to do is select it and increase the size, and that wouldn't be there. Okay, this showed a lot of things in one little clip of movie. So I'm going to do something new. I'll show something neat here. We'll play hard and do a little bit of animation. So I'm going to go with a new screen. And I've got an animate workspace. And this shows my timeline and everything in here. And basically, this is where you put your keyframes at, and you make a drawing. And as you move your keyframes up, the drawing changes. So I'll make a little thing here. It's do a quick draw. I'm not sure if I lose my voice or not. I won't know what's even going on until I redo this. So I'll go back to the black again. Well, there is a frame one. There's a frame one. Now I can go to frame two, and I've got the same drawing there. I'm going to move it up a little bit to go there. I've got the same drawing on that frame. That's what I do frame one, because it will continue all the way until you change it. Then from the point you change it on, it is different. So at this point right here, I'm going to select the leg on this guy. I select the leg, and I can turn it a little bit and move it here. Now if I look there, there's frame one, there's that frame. The animation is really, really very, very easy to do. Deselect. And if you say, well, that's too much, I don't want to move that much in one step, you can choose the frame in the middle, turn on your onion skin, and you see where it is and where it's going to. So at this point, I can select it again and move it halfway to the deep green. And that will make the move smoother. We'll make the pivot point right there and move it just a little bit. Now if I play only that those 6 frames, select none, deselect, and And you see where that little bit of white is in there, you just go to that particular frame. You stop it, find that frame that has a white spot, say, well, I want to fix that little spot up. And you can go to the individual frame, and you see it was the last one right there. That one was okay, but that one has a little white spot. So let's go to that little white spot. Let's zoom it in and fix it. And if we fix it there, it's fixed everywhere. Now I've got a white spot in there I didn't see before until I zoomed in. Well, I didn't want that to happen. Let me see here. What can I do to straighten that up? God. Okay. Let's select this. We're going to invert. Select invert. And I'm going to delete everything outside that inverted area. Now, if I do that, I lose everything. I've got to erase it. Okay, now we'll go to select none, deselect, and see what happens when we play that. Good, that's fine. Shrink them down. We'll stop that. Pick the last frame here. Let's take this frame here. We'll go for frame here, and we're going to select this head. No good, I selected more than the head. There it is. And we'll select that head, and look here. Oh, I didn't do that and not select the whole thing. Did I make that a separate layer? Layer. And merge it down. Now I can do it. So now if we play it up to frame 9, and if we slow it down a bit, you say, oh my God, what a snap from there to there. Let's find something in between. Okay, we pick that area in between. And we'll make it look like he's turning from one point to another. My eraser, that's no good with an eraser. A lot of its arm disappeared in there. Eraser again. Well, I've played more than I can stand right now. And you do have a briefing on how this animation stuff works. Everything you draw in one frame continues until you change it. And then when you change it, it keeps that change until you take it further. Let's see if we go another frame, what we can do. That's you looking that way. So let's bend that knee down a little bit. I know what we can do here. This we can do fun. Let's take this whole thing, move it up a little bit. Then we'll take that leg right there. And we'll take the leg and we'll bend it down like it was pushed down and moved up a little bit. I shouldn't be trying to guess that. I should just do it the way I should and select it and move it right where it belongs, right there. Now I can take that one, copy it right there. There's a copy of it, and move that copy over here. So we're going to see them bounce up and go back down. And we'll play a cycle of 16 in here, and we'll see what happens. And of course, like with the other one, you say, well, that's a lot of change from foot down and being up. So you can go over here. We'll stop the animation, go in between. And it goes from there. So let's go in between right there. We'll turn on an onion skin. And you see this is black. It's where it is right now. The green is where it is over here at the next key frame. So if I take this at this point right here and put it halfway, it will smooth that out. So we go right here. I grab that area at the knee. We'll make that the pivot point. Put it down part way because we have one more here, and that's where we'll put it in the middle. And now let's go here. And we'll select it again. Make that the pivot. There, 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 and there. If we select none, deselect, back off on the drawing, shut off the onion skin and play it. And then to go back down, you could do the same thing. You take this one. What would be the best way to do that? You probably could take that whole image and copy it. And I don't have to go that extreme. It's such a simple thing to do. I might as well just do it again. But I should have done it. Wait, I can copy that. Can I paste it? I've never done that. No, I can only remove it. I can't copy and paste the frame. It'll build me a whole new layer, and I don't want to do that, not in this video here. Okay, hey, I'm out of here. I played my stream. I've had my fun, and oh, my Filipino wife is outside cooking right now. She's busy right now. Well, I'm going to end this stream because I've learned a lot, and next time it'll be a little bit better. A stream. This has been fun. Not exactly a great stream for other human beings out there, but I enjoyed it. I can't believe I started off and I thought I was drawing on the screen, and I was talking through my speaking all the way through, explaining everything, and the only thing anybody on the screen could see was my directory. Oh well, life goes on. Hey, have a good day. Life is good.